So, Fantastic released a 10-minute gameplay trailer for The Day Before, aka the game that they promise is really, really, really real. And I originally had set up a green screen. I was going to do like a live reaction to this gameplay, but then I stopped it halfway because it was just so incredibly boring. If you watch this trailer, it looks like something that would be acceptable if this was the first time you've ever heard of this game. Like this was the debut. They were just talking about it. It's something where you could look at, you see like potential and you're like, okay, it's a little bit rough around the edges, but okay, there's a little bit of promise here. It does not look like a game that was supposed to be out a month from today. Like, definitely not. And the other thing about it is that as you're watching this trailer, my experience was that I was filled with skepticism. Like everything that they showed, I felt was like a manipulated decision to try to convince me that the game was real and they were delivering on what they promised. And I think that's the main issue with this company. I've spoken about before about how this company has lied and manipulated their fans so many times before. Almost, it's pretty much borderline gaslighting at this point. And the last delay that they announced was like a week ago. They said it was due to a trademark dispute. I put out a YouTube video calling BS on that. I disproved it. And this trailer and their tweets lately kind of proved me right, because they keep calling this game The Day Before. It's not like they sort of removed the name from the advertising and the branding just to be safe until they can get through with everything that they were dealing with. The logo is still plastered everywhere. They're still using it. There's a voice line at the end that says The Day Before in this really weird, creepy voice. So it's just kind of proof that I was right. They delayed this game because it wasn't ready. It had absolutely nothing to do with a trademark. So how could you trust a company that something as simple as being able to go to their fans and say, you know what, guys, this isn't ready. We're not ready to deliver this game. It's not where we wanted to be. You have a company that creates this really poor bullshit line about there being a trademark dispute. How could you trust a company like that? So every decision when I watched this trailer made me feel like it was manipulation. Even the decision of showing gameplay from a female with tight yoga pants. There's something about that decision that makes me feel like they did it to manipulate viewers, to be like, hey guys, look, don't worry about everything else. The physics are doing really well right now, right? And, other things like at the beginning of the trailer, they show that the sun is high up in the sky, right? It's daytime. They go into this house for about 3 minutes. They walk out, it's nighttime. On one hand, they're trying to show off their day and night cycle. On the other hand, because I do not trust this company, it definitely makes me feel like they walked into the house, someone in the background changed the sky from day to night. So when they walked out, it was nighttime. There's a lot of other things about the game that just it looks like very far from complete. Visually, it doesn't look too bad, but this is Unreal. Unreal is magic when it comes to making games look good, no matter what part of the process it's in. But even small things like, it looks like rigs for physics on the zombies aren't properly set. All the animations look pretty canned. Things like muzzle flashes, sometimes they don't correspond to gunshots. The sound design itself, I'm not going to say that it sounds really bad, but it sounds very incomplete. Even things like there are moments in the trailers where they're looking in the distance, like this quarantine zone kind of opening where it's almost like, hey, you can kind of go through there, but you shouldn't. Or they're showing like these buildings in the distance, and it's almost being done in a way to tell viewers like, hey, you can go to these buildings, you can go to these places, but I don't trust you guys. I don't trust that this city is going to be that big. The other thing was a lot of the kind of ideas and the elements that they showed in this trailer, they've shown the same thing before. The scavenging, for example, was a big focus of this game. There was one moment where they walked into a bootleg KFC and they have to go to the pin pad to turn off the alarm, and you turn it off by, these rubbed off numbers, and you have to try to guess the code. But they've shown that before over a year ago in gameplay. So it's almost like the game hasn't moved in terms of development for over a year outside of these little vertical slices that they keep showing. Look, the first time that I made a day before video, I concluded with saying I didn't think that the game was fake, but I believe that it was a scam. A scam in the way that I think that this team is capable of delivering this game, but is going to be nowhere near the scale and the type of game that they had initially promised fans. And there's just still so many red flags. The fact that they're still not showing kind of, I'm not going to say not showing raw gameplay, but showing a typical gameplay session for a player. This gameplay trailer did not show any PvP. Remember, this is supposed to be a PvPvE. And since I don't trust this company, it makes me feel like that's not even set up yet. This gameplay that they showed off looked like it should have been their first trailer instead of the one that was a month before the game release. Remember, this game was first announced January 2021. How is it possible in all that time you're still not ready to show me exactly what I'm supposed to be playing when the game actually arrives? And even the simplest thing, like the fact that there was no PvP in this gameplay, really proves that the game is still nowhere near ready. Everything about this gameplay trailer feels like they felt like they needed to do this, like they had to show something. Not it feels like it wasn't something that they were very proud to show, more so like, hey, we have to show something, so build me another vertical so people can stop calling our game fake. They also released this short video where it shows a person playing the game on a computer, keyboard and mouse. And it's so obvious, like it's done in an effort for you as a viewer to look at it and be like, oh my God, look guys, this is totally real. Look, the guy has the keyboard and the mouse. And once again, I didn't trust the company. I was looking at the mouse movement and the clicks to see if they matched up with the footage, because I feel like it's just pre-canned footage and the person was just manipulating the keyboard and the mouse to make it look like they were playing. If this game looks interesting to you, this is what you need to do. This game is supposed to come out in November. Since they put out this gameplay, they're probably going to go dark for quite some time. Do not pay attention to this game. Do not go to the Reddits. Do not discuss this game. The best thing that you can do is hope for the best. That's it. I'm not even going to say prepare for the worst, because there's a possibility for that to happen. Hope for the best. I said this in my last video. Do not wish list. Do not pre-order this game. Wait until the reviews come out, because I think that a game will be delivered, but once again, it's going to be nowhere near the game that they had promised. Let me know down in the comments if you saw it, what you think about it. Did you think it was as boring as I did? Do you believe that this game is still a fake scam? Put it all down there. I love to read that type of stuff. And like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And thank you guys so much for watching.